Hi, do you ever struggle to pray for someone who has hurt you? I think I know the answer. I think we all can identify. But I want to share something with you that has helped me. It's three steps actually that have helped me to cultivate compassion and to pray for people that have hurt me. It's not that I pray for them every day, but here and there, some I do, some I pray for consistently. But when we're hurt, it can be really difficult to pray for someone. In fact, you may not even pray for them at all or want to. And I understand that. I think about sometimes when I've prayed for people that have hurt me, or even maybe a national or international figure that I don't agree with, and we can all lean into that. I will stop in the middle of my prayers and I will say, Lord, I'm struggling to pray for this person. You know my heart better than I know my heart. So please give me grace. I'm struggling, but I'm trying to make an effort. So there are three things that have really helped me to pray for people who have hurt me. And the first one is to look at them as I feel God sees them. And that is through a lens of love, because I really do believe God loves everyone. And so when I just hone in on the image of a person, I think about how God loves that person, loves the person with his or her gifts and strengths and talents and love, and also their brokenness and their ugliness. The second thing that's helped me is to think about the person as a little child, a young child. And if you know anything about the person's childhood, you may be aware of trauma or other hurts that they went through. And so much of us is formed in those early years. I mean, my goodness, I know I've hurt people out of my own hurt. We hear that saying or some variation of it, hurt people, or hurting people hurt people. And I have trauma from my very early childhood, primarily from my father's PTSD back then, before he really got help for it. And I think about how that, and even later in life, how some of the trauma I've been through has maybe played into some of my own relationships and friendships. But if you can hold the image of that person as a little child, who came into this world innocent, but then was affected by the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs of life, that can help to cultivate compassion. It's not an excuse. It doesn't give them a reason to hurt, but we can have compassion for them. And then the third thing is, as far as forgiveness goes and prayer, is I just feel like the act of praying really softens our hearts toward people. Because if someone has hurt us and we can process the hurt and maybe even look at our own part in it, if we feel like we have contributed in some way, again, don't beat yourself up, give yourself grace, but to just hold that person in our heart and to realize again that hurt or hurting people hurt people. I won't give concrete examples, but I think in my own life of a couple of people who have hurt me. And then I have seen them out in public in the years, time period since that hurt. And you can tell that they're not happy people, that they're hurting people. And that has helped me to present these people in prayer. And, my prayer has changed in that, I pray this person gets help for what I perceive as this problem, or I pray such and such. And so, three things that have helped me pray for people who have hurt me are: number one, to view them as God views them, a creation of His, someone that He loves very much. Number two, to hold an image of that person in your mind, in your heart, as a little child. And if you're aware of trauma or hurts or challenges they went through as a child, just ponder that and how that may have affected them. Again, it's no excuse, but so much is formed in those early years. And then the third thing is just cultivating that compassion by trying to consistently pray for them, even if you're struggling, and knowing that sometimes people hurt people from a place of hurt. I know I've been on the giving and receiving end of that. And again, I give myself grace. I don't beat myself up. I hope that helps you because, I think we all struggle and none of us are perfect. We have our strengths, we have our goodness, we have our brokenness, we have our rottenness. So keep that in mind. And I hope you have a really great day, and I hope you have a great week.